And it reads, "Dear Sir, the year is 2013. Probably your writer long since has met his maker. If he hasn't, he more than likely is so enfeebled and perhaps senile that he will but smile in misleading comprehension of the news of these proceedings. What manner of man are you? It is hard to predict the age group of the person I address. If I survive to retirement, and if you were 38 years of age or younger when appointed, and if the years have treated you fairly, you are a man at the brink of or soon approaching retirement. Hopefully, I've had the pleasure of knowing you. If the timetable outline became distorted by any combination of the hazards of living, to say nothing of the hazards of the academic environment, you may well be of almost any age or experience. Assuming that plans for the creation of a hospital complex, about which there is a sense of inpatient urgency at this time, materialize, the Department of Radiology, which you mastermind, will be bigger than anything the Brigham has known or participated in during its first 50 years. Will it have become a house of ionizing energy divided amongst itself, with partitions dedicated to the concept that the development of special talents in any given application of radiation must depend on autonomous isolation?" Interesting, quick question. "Your author hopes this will not be the report of history." So keep it together rather than fragment it. "The development of special talents is essential to growth in depth. When such growth is predicated on the concomitant growth of common scientific roots, it is to be expected that the cross-indexing of the resultant basic information and its early broad application will be abetted by interdiscipline togetherness," something we strive for these days. "We are living in times in which parochial stature is thought to be progress' only point of departure. Let us wish that a more rapid road to progress has been pursued. Part of your writer's conviction is based on a wariness of locating dividers on anything so ephemeral as specific clinical practices. The, quote, cancer pill, quote, undoubtedly will be less toxic, more selective, specific, and effective in 2013 than it is today. Will radiotherapy have died as a result? Not if the radiobiologists have maintained the pace they have established in the dawn of their pharmacologic fact-finding. How ionizing radiation may be used alone or an adjunct as a tool for manipulating the chemistry of biology's tiniest moieties almost defies imagination. Radiotherapy may have been redefined, but its use as an influencer of biologic materials surely must be prevalent, perhaps in spotlit glory. The equipment armamentarium, spelled wrong, of the therapist will have been reshaped no less than that of the diagnostician. When one injects the contributions of solid-state physics and electronics, engineer and mathematician, the 1963 processes of recording, codifying, and analyzing an image produced by the passage of some portion of the electromagnetic spectrum through a human filter surely will have become as obsolete as a Project Mercury space capsule. If they require less of a man's energy, they will require no less of a physician's talents to devise the ease and evolve the formulae whereby macroscopic and static information grows increasingly microscopic and dynamic. It's also forward-looking. That field has gone that way. Prognostications have as many connotations of personal bias as does anybody's definition of progress. The only universal, interchangeable concept of progress must focus on change. To suggest that the assembled guests have been eyewitnesses to radiologic change would characterize your author as the most vapid soothsayer of our time. If it is not possible to discern some flavor of the intended balance between specific generalities and general specifics, let us divert to the heartfelt and sincere concluding thought that yours, sir, is a position of academic medical privilege. And indeed it is. The Brigham's environment is quickly adopted as a way of medical life. One is humbled by his opportunity to participate, stimulated by his colleagues, and moved by the good value of the hospital's esprit de corps. My illustrious predecessor, Merrill C. Sossman, endowed my inheritance with a responsiveness to these riches. May you be enjoying with the same deep pleasures of living. With warm personal regards, James Dealy.